Hey everyone. So just recently we got a grand, long-awaited conclusion to what has been now a 3-year saga. I'm talking of course about this guy and the viral video he appeared in on July 2nd of 2021. The man's name is David Cagney Matthews, and he's, as those who remember the footage can attest, an absolute menace. He was caught on camera by one of the residents of his apartment complex whilst confronting another of his neighbors at, well, not their own front doorstep, as we'll find out later, but that was the initial thought. They seem to be hashing out some kind of ongoing dispute, but the way Matthews chooses to go about doing so is, well, totally unhinged. In the video, which is reportedly the final few minutes of a longer argument, he can be seen encroaching onto his neighbor's front patio, getting in his neighbor's face, snarling and screaming and even hurling various heinous racial slurs, not only to his neighbor, but to a police officer that shows up later. Now, I've probably no surprise here, but had to censor the worst bits for YouTube guidelines, but he drops several slurs, hard R's, and other unsavory terms, which is what took this otherwise standard issue neighbor dispute to the national spotlight.
You know why? Touch him. Touch him. Touch him. Touch him, Pito. Put your hands on me again. Touch him. Twice. Touch him. Twice. Touch him. And his name is Brandon. Pito. Come harass all people. No, you want to know why I'm going after him? I don't care. I don't give a shit. So why are you here? I don't give a shit. So why are you here? I don't give a shit. Then get the out of here then. I don't give a shit. Put your hands on me one more time. Oh, you put your hands on me. Come close to me. Come close to me. Right there. I know, right there. That's right there. The rolling jerseys, back up. Come close. Back up. Keep backing up. Back up. Don't touch me. Keep backing up. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Vito, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Bastard. That's right. Yeah. My parents are both dead. Yeah. Right. My parents are both dead too. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. What you gonna do? Nothing. All what you do is harass all people. That's all you know how to do. These motherfuckers are taking I give a shit. Well then shut up. You shut What the You're right. Get the out of here. You can't do shit. Touch him. Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him. Shoot up for you. Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him. I know better. Oh, good you know better. Get the I got you 3 times. I don't give a shit. Don't worry. I don't give a shit about you. That's out of here. I'm gonna wait for the cops to show up. And that's called assault. Yes. Wait for them to come here. Wait for them. We will. Yes. Keep waiting. I am. You walk on someone's property. This isn't their property. You dumb. You dumb. They don't know this is common ground. You dumb, ignorant. Rights. No, they don't. Yes, they do. They don't have any right. No right. This is called common ground. Get the out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's all you know how to do. Walk up, harass all people. Nobody's harassed anybody. Yes, you have been. You have been. Everything's recorded. I don't give a shit. Everything I don't give a shit. I want to have a conversation. I do not give a shit. If you don't give a shit, then get out of here. I don't give a shit about you. I give a shit about them. So you get the out of here. What? Okay. I have every right to be here like you do. Oh, yeah. Just like he does right here. This is called common property. I don't care. Okay, well, if you don't care, walk away. Learn your laws. Walk away. This is I was born in America. Well, then you know what's common ground. What's common ground? I don't give a shit about you.
After all his bloviating about knowing American laws, it's not called common ground, it's called a public easement.
If you can't be shit about shit, go out, go back to your house, go walk your dog, go do your shit. I'm right here. Okay, stay there right there. Do not talk to him. Do not harass him. Make sure. I'm going to stay right over here. This here both have videotape of you putting your hands on me twice. Oh, yeah, exactly. So what are you going to do about it? I'm going to press charges. Go on there. We will. Go on there. You know what the police can do? What do the police do? Nothing. Exactly. Because they have no jurisdiction here. Okay, they don't. Okay, that's fine. So when they get here, I'm going to walk them off like I just did in front of Verlin's house. Okay. Who's Verlin? Okay, I don't give a shit. I don't care. The secretary of the board. Her and daughter are out of here. I do not care. I do not care. You are not going to harass them. You are not going to talk to them. Keep laughing. I am. Yo, good. I will. Oh, good. Keep laughing. That's all you know how to do. Keep running your mouth. That's all you know how to do. That's it. That's it. That's all you know how to do. I didn't touch you. You touched me. I don't give a shit. That's good. As long as you know that. Yes, exactly. I don't give 2 shits about it. You can't go press charges. I don't give 2 shits about it. Hold on. You're right. I don't give a shit. Why can't I press charges? Why can't I press charges? They have no jurisdiction here. Nothing. There you go. There you go. There you go. Brandon, you have no idea what you're getting involved in.
Don't talk to me.
And if you want to be involved in this, I'm going to talk whoever I want.
Exactly. Don't talk to me.
If you want to get involved in this, you know what happened to the last one?
I know what you did. You broke that window. So
window?
Dude, I don't care.
Cookie's windows got shot out with a shotgun.
I don't care.
222s to the front face.
I do not care.
In Cherry Hill, my daughter got smashed.
Exactly. I don't
Is that what you want? No. And you want to know where I was when all this happened?
I don't care.
At work.
I don't care where you were.
At morgue. Just like I told the Mount Laurel police, get these out of here and you can't do shit. That's me talking shit. 3602 Gramercy Way, that's where I live. Come see me.
And that address reveal he just gave would end up having enormous consequences.
So you're real comfortable, so get me on video so you know what you see? Bring whoever.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey White, why are you back over here?
Well, somebody called me.
Someone called you, it's private property, you have no jurisdiction here whatsoever.
I do
None.
when somebody calls me.
Hold on.
Cagney, back up.
You know
up,
what?
Bro.
Hold on.
Back
Go ahead.
up.
No.
Back
I'm gonna
up,
let you
right?
do your thing. Go talk to these. Go ahead.
Stop.
You go talk to them. Let them know what I'm all about and what their rights they have.
All right, you want to go back to your house? I'll come back to you.
No, I'll stay right here. It's common property.
Okay.
I thought you just said it was called Common Ground.
Have a nice night.
You guys
Brandon.
from 1101? Oh, yeah. How's it going?
I'm gonna let you guys get an education right now.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll do my job, all right?
No problem.
Who is at 1101? Who called? You guys want to step in and talk, or?
Leave me alone.
Okay.
I want him to go away. I don't know him. I want him to leave me alone.
Denise, I'm not going away until your husband stops fucking finding me and threatening me while I'm at work.
Cagney, cut it out, man.
Oh,
Let me
wait.
talk to them.
Arrest me.
Interesting there, you'll notice that the officer seems to know this guy by name, meaning he's seen this guy several times before.
I'm not
Oh, you
listening right
can't.
now. Relax.
You
Cut it out, dude. I'll
That's
come
what
talk
you
to
see,
you in a minute.
Brandon. 3602 Gramercy Way. Come see me, you.
Cagney, go home. I'll talk to you in a minute.
So, crazy enough, this officer showing up to this call, placed by the wife of the man whose doorstep this is actually responding to the second police call about this guy that very same day. An earlier call made by a totally separate woman who is also from Matthews' apartment complex detailed another incident from earlier that day where Matthews had, and by the way this was recorded on her Ring camera and confirmed by numerous outlets, brought his dogs up to her doorstep, pounded on her door, shouted racial slurs at her, and even lewdly gyrated his hips for her camera. The second police call was placed afterward, alleging that Matthews had been harassing several neighbors. So after two separate police calls in one day, Matthews is charged that evening with harassment and bias intimidation. And over the 4th of July weekend, while we were all playing with sparklers, this local incident became a national one. The video we watched went extremely viral, making its way to over a dozen publications and racking up millions of views on social media. People were, perhaps understandably, pretty shocked by this guy's behavior. Many were also, again, understandably, pretty angry. Remember during the footage when Matthews gave out his address and invited whomever might be watching to come see him?
3602 Gramercy Way, that's where I live. Come see me.
Well, as it turns out, a whole lot of people saw that invitation and thought to themselves, okay. On July 5th, the Monday following the 4th of July, most people found themselves with a day off from work, and at least a few hundred of those people decided to spend their holiday at David Cagney Matthews' apartment complex. As police showed up to arrest Matthews and take him into custody, hordes of angry protesters were seen jeering and even throwing water bottles at our story's antagonist, as well as the cops who were arresting him and taking him away. His arrest statement specifies that his home was searched with a judge's probable cause warrant that cited yet another incident where he had targeted yet another black neighbor, this woman named Verlyn Gibbons. They searched Matthews' house and announced several new charges that evening, though they didn't yet specify what those charges were. On Wednesday, July 14th, New Jersey Superior Court Judge Terrence Cook ordered Matthews to remain in jail pending his trial on 14 separate charges, contending that he was a danger to the community and should not be allowed to roam free. Part of the judge's decision was based on, surprise, surprise, Matthews' extensive history of criminal charges and even missed court dates, of which there were, to give you a sense of scope here, 11 instances. During the court appearance, the prosecutor assigned to his case, one Jamie Hutchinson, alleged a pattern of harassment against multiple neighbors, all of whom were, by the way, black, going back to April of 2020. According to various neighbors in his complex, he had smashed car windows, written threatening letters wrapped around rocks, and even smeared feces on a female resident's car. The president of the HOA for the condo complex in which Matthew lived, who is, by the way, also black, even reported that Matthews had painted a racial slur on his fence. Matthews' case was just wrapped up, and there has been some punishment. But before we get to all that, we have to address the elephant in the room and the actual reason behind all of these charges and this conflict. Just what the hell was going on at this apartment complex? Okay, so by now I think we've laid a pretty compelling case that this guy is, essentially, a total nightmare and a menace to society, especially for some reason to the black residents of this condo complex. And the obvious next question is, why? What sparked all of this insanity? Why was he targeting all of these neighbors? Just how extensive was his history of terrorizing the members of this condo's HOA? And just what was going on that fateful day where this all came to a head in the viral video? So this whole thing actually took place at a New Jersey condominium complex called Essex Place. Longtime resident Adele Schiller characterized the community as friendly, aside from Matthews, stating, "People just let people do what they do," which is vague, but we get the point. A PBS affiliate called WHYY News reported speaking to 4 other residents of the condo complex, who all unanimously said Matthews had been a, quote, terror to their community. With incidents ranging from breaking windows to slashing tires to writing obscene, racist graffiti on people's cars and fences, some of the residents had even started installing security cameras because it had gotten so bad, and police weren't doing anything to stop this guy. One neighbor witnessed Matthews dumping out trash all over her neighbor's porch. He was, by all accounts, tormenting this entire community for over a year, about 18 months, by the time this all came to a head. And this insane series of disputes with the HOA apparently started shortly after Matthews moved in. In 2019, he and his then-wife, and we don't need to guess why she's a then-wife and not a current wife, I think, bought this condo at the Essex Place complex for $177,000, knowing full well that it was a racially diverse community, not the kind of place that a crazy racist would probably want to move into, which makes this even weirder. And almost immediately, Matthews started complaining to the HOA about an expensive repair unit needed for his HVAC system. He then accused them of mishandling funds and demanded to see the HOA's financial records, according to the HOA's lawyer. The complaints quickly spiraled into harassment and abuse, with 3 members of the HOA in particular, who are, by the way, all black, bearing the brunt of his wrath. One of these targets was Maxine Perry Ortiz, a 75-year-old board secretary for the association, and she says she literally had to sell her condo and move out entirely, not to mention give up her board seat in the process, because the harassment got so bad. In 2020, Matthews' conduct toward the members of the board prompted a new HOA rule that they created to fight back and seemed to target Matthews specifically, and he was fined over $2,000 by the board for his antics across several separate fines. The association board lawyer said, "Our plan was every time he did something, we were going to fine him. If he didn't pay it, we were going to foreclose on his unit. So they were trying to find a way to get this guy out for all the problems that he was causing in their otherwise peaceful community. But during the viral video, what we were actually watching was the fallout of Matthews trying to force his way in to the home of the association board president and his wife, who are, by the way, an elderly couple, just like the 75-year-old woman he forced to move out of the entire complex. It was the HOA president's wife who called the police that day. The man Matthews is seen confronting, however, was a neighbor named Echu Tombe, who was aware of the drama between Matthews and the elderly couple, the HOA board in general, and took it upon himself to step in and protect them from his rage. It was Tombe's wife, Marilyn, who recorded and later posted the insane footage that took this story national. Tombe immigrated here in 2017 and served in the U.S. military, which made Matthews' comments to him that day all the more hurtful. So as it turns out, this was all over a stupid HOA dispute, apparently. But get this. After all of this came out about his harassment campaign against the HOA board, another woman stepped forward to detail some really shocking, or maybe not actually at this point, allegations about similar incidents that took place at a totally different complex where she was allegedly attacked and harassed by Matthews as well. So there's a woman named Jasmine, whose mom Aaliyah happened to live in this complex, and upon learning about these incidents, Jasmine came forward to recount a 2016 incident at the complex only a couple miles from Essex, where she had recorded her own video of Matthews acting like a lunatic to her. He uses more racial slurs, of course, but he also claims that the cops are in his back pocket and seems to admit to a life of crime and general scumbaggery at the same time. The footage is jarring.
I sell drugs. That's what I do. That's what I've always done around here. I stopped, went to prison 3 times. Now I have all the friends with the cops. If you guys want to keep doing it this route, we're going to go the legal route. You're not going to get any help from the cops because they're my people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's why you're not getting anything. And I know that you've said that. The cops came down and told me. They said, what do you want us to do? So you can figure that out. We're not trying to cause you a problem. You're not trying to cause us a problem, right?
I've never been trying to cause you a problem.
Right. So there's no reason for the cops to come back around. We should be perfectly cordial, be able to have these conversations and be able to live around here with no problem.
Yeah, but not what you're talking about, oh, the cops aren't going to help you, or calling my brother and I don't bother you. I don't do anything.
Calling your brother.
Yeah, you did do that.
No, I said, now I'm going to call the cops like the dude. That's what I said. I didn't call your brother and I said, now here I go, looking like a calling the cops. This is exactly what I said.
Well, we all heard it.
We all heard you?
We all heard it, yeah. Everybody outside. I couldn't believe it because I wasn't even in the argument.
Right, and you weren't even there either.
Yeah,
and
I came outside up top.
Keep doing what you're doing, and then we'll turn it around another way. How about that?
Okay, turn it around another way. I just recorded everything you said on my phone, so go ahead, because I'm about to go file a complaint right now.
You can file.
I am. The whole conversation recorded.
Tell Pete I said hello.
Okay, Pete, you said hello. Word. Because it's not about that. I'll go to Internal Affairs. It ain't just about this county.
Internal Affairs got nothing to do with the township. You gotta go
to It does have to do with the township if the township isn't doing what they're doing. But that's fine, because I'm going to the police right now.
Good luck. Don't worry. Tell me I said hello.
Okay, I will. Oh, I will.
So what sort of punishment would David Cagney Matthews face for all of this? Well, things were already looking pretty bad for Matthews, but it wasn't until October of that year, Tuesday the 5th, to be exact, that we got to see the extent of it all. Matthews was slapped not only with his initial harassment-related charges, but a litany of new charges stemming from both the police raids on his home, which found a slingshot and multiple ball bearings he had apparently used to destroy cars and windows, but a sizable stash of illegal drugs, as well as an FBI analysis of his handwriting against all of the threatening messages, which turned up, unsurprisingly, a perfect match. As an aside, 3 other sentences were handed down to participants in the protests outside his house as well for their own inadvisable conduct. The young people I can maybe understand getting a little too rowdy, but at 45 you should know how to protest like a dignified adult. On February 1st of 2022, a federal grand jury officially indicted Matthews on 15 counts. During the proceedings, his defense attorney, Craig Mitnick, opted for an interesting defense. You see, it was actually his client, Matthews, who had been the real victim of discrimination here. He contended that Matthews was being unfairly charged because he was a white man in a sensitive cultural climate, and not because he had attacked, vandalized, harassed, and threatened numerous people on numerous occasions without any consequences. Anyway, Cagney was ordered to rot in jail for another almost 2 years, being deemed too dangerous to release, until his sentencing finally came on Wednesday, October 18th of 2023. David Cagney Matthews, upon accepting a plea deal and pleading guilty to 4 counts of bias intimidation and 1 count of possession with intent to distribute, totaled 8 years in prison sentences and 4 years with no chance of parole. He was also ordered to pay over $4,000 in restitution fines to his victims and attend anger management classes. During his lengthy 15-minute speech to the judge, he completely failed to take any true responsibility, at least in my opinion, blaming the incident on HOA board politics and contending that this whole dispute had started over his own unsuccessful run for the condo's HOA board. Matthews, quote, accused outside forces of following a political agenda against him, saying his experience showed how destructive society's views and perceptions can be based on social media and mainstream media influence. So it's society's warped perceptions and the media fog of war that made people think you repeatedly shouting the N-word and comparing human beings to animals might have been racist. He also claimed, as he did in previous interviews, that he was actually not racist at all and was just drunk during the altercation. We get this "I was just drunk" excuse an awful lot, actually, and the comments always point out the obvious fact that most of us can get pretty wasted and never once does it occur to us to scream the N-word at a black person. If it does, the problem might just be you. Alright folks, that's it for this story. Hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm gonna get out of here. See ya!